Yo, do I look okay? I've just woken up from my sleep and I decided, you know what? There's this is it poster or do I call it flyer that I posted that I used for my advert for Micro Harris, to promote the kefir milk. I was like, boy, I think this advert is not communicating because I've said in that advert kefir milk probiotic 900 shillings. If someone who has no clue of what this kefir is about, they will be like, what are you talking about, really? So I think after I got this insight, I don't know where it came from. Actually, I thought about it. There's something that goes through your mind, passes, just flashes through your mind, and you're like, wait, I posted this, but it is not saying anything. No, it's not communicating anything to anyone. So I've just woken up to do that exclusive, or to specifically redesign the whole poster. Yeah. And I believe it will attract some attention. Yeah. So it solves a problem in the same poster, and it says the price and even the delivery. We are delivering kefir in the whole of Kenya. Wherever you might be in Kenya, you'll get your kefir. Yeah. So that is what I'm up to, and I've already done some research for today's topics. Today's content ideas for the TikTok. That is what I've just come from doing the activities while hungry. Bro, this thing is just... Anyway, I think I'm so used to staying hungry, and I might even trace it back to in high school. No, I didn't. I think I should change the position. So here's the thing. I think. Oh my goodness. So my leg has a problem. I don't know what it did, because every time I twist it, I feel some pain on the socket. Yeah, in the socket. Is it in the socket or around the socket of where the the thigh bone, is it called the femur, joins the waist? What do you call the waist? This bone waist. Okay, I'm not sure about it, but anyway, I'm feeling some pain. So what was I talking about? I was talking about something. So yeah, content ideas. What was I talking about before I woke up? Really, I've forgotten. Now, okay, I'm trying to retrace back what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say. Yeah. What was I saying? There's something important I was talking about. Let me quit this. Let me end this video and check it out. Oh yes, I was talking about I got used to staying hungry since high school. Yeah, I think at this point, food has never been really something that will tie me or prevent me from doing my activities every day. No, I can even stay for a day hungry. I have put in my mind, I have put in bold, I have highlighted this matter in my mind, that food will never be a thing that will control me anytime. Yeah, food will never be something that controls me anyway. I'm the one who controls it, and either way I'll never fall for it. I'll never fall for anything that is food that will compromise anything that my point is food will never be something that will bother me anytime. So that means really I can even stay for a day without food. And not that I feel hungry, because in my mind I know it's not a must. It's not a there are things. Okay, food is important again. Food is very crucial for my body, for the body. But again, you have to realize you won't give. By the way, I noted that every time that I am very full, I'm not very productive. Usually my productivity reduces, my creativity reduces, the way I think, the quality of it reduces, by the way. And it's something that I have noted, and I try as much as possible to reduce the amount of food that I'm intaking, because I don't know how it affects my mind. I think there's a communication between the stomach and the brain, that when I'm full, now the stomach, when I'm full, this is the stomach talking. When I'm full, I'll discourage the brain from thinking, so I'll keep the brain busy, or I'll disrupt. Should I say that? I'll take the attention away of the brain and what it's supposed to do, and it will focus on whatever is happening in the stomach. Yeah. So I had to note that, and I have noted this for the longest time. The time that I was here was it in June, July, when my stomach was full, man, I couldn't think of anything else. I was this kind of a character. Okay, I'm doing something, but not to its fullest. So it's one thing that I'm learning about myself, and the good thing about learning about yourself is that you know your limits, you know your abilities, you know your weaknesses, and there are things that you cannot do when you are aware that you know yourself, and there are things that you can do very well, doing very well, that you know yourself, your bodily psychology, or should I say physiology, there is mechanism and how it works. You know how you think. Usually I'm not a complex thinker. I can only think of a concept once, like, okay, how do I say this? I can only think of a concept simply. Yeah, I approach things simply, and for it to be complicated, I have to stack up the simple thoughts so that they can create this gigantic big concept, big construct. No, I learned of the construct name, and I keep on using each and every time. So let me talk about something that I learned yesterday. It's a video by Julian Rose. So she's talking about how we are gods, and I can agree with that. I am a god with human experience. I want to go back to, is it the Bible? Is it chapter 139? Psalms chapter 139, that you created me in your image and in your own likeness. Yeah. So that means the person that I'm seeing in my screen, Share this my diary. I don't know who will say this. So the person that I'm seeing is a reflection of God. It's how God looks like. Yeah. By the way, I saw a very funny video. I'm coming back to that topic. I saw a very funny video. Who is Jesus? Someone asked, who is Jesus? And I think it must be a so here's the thing. He asked, who is Jesus? And this man replies that Jesus is a reflection of God. Okay, Jesus was a sign that there is God. For me, I was trying to put myself in the same shoe. Someone asks, who is Jesus? I could have simply said that he's the Son of God. And you get asked, you get even trapped in your same question. How do you know that he is the Son of God? See, you cannot explain. Like, you cannot explain a reason, a logical reason that will make sense. That got me thinking, wow, if you ever get caught, if you ever get asked a question, please answer it in a manner that it won't evoke other questions, or it won't trigger you being asked other questions that will crucify you. Yeah, don't crucify yourself because really you might get into trouble. Usually I'm not that person who will think first. Yeah, I might think and I almost have all the answers, but getting the answers right in the first thought or without delay will be a hard task for me. And anyway, it got me thinking deeply about it. If it could have been me, I think I could have struggled to defend Jesus. Jesus as the Son of God. In that concept, in that perception, who is Jesus? A Muslim asks, who is Jesus? I say, who is the Son of God? How do you know that he's the Son of God? Logically explain why he is the Son of God. Like, the person expects you to explain in biology means, like in biology. There, I'm learning nowadays. I'm learning few things. I'm learning a lot of things that are very, very crucial. So, what are we doing? Oh, I was talking about Julian Rose and the video that she's currently doing. Oh, I listened to it the other day. So nowadays I don't struggle with the wind. I know the wind is too much, but I knew the secret. When I'm holding the phone, usually it won't be affected by the wind. But when I carry an earphone, which I was fearing that my audio couldn't be heard when I used the phone, I underestimated the power of this phone. Anyway, it's all fine. So yeah, I am God, who is having a human experience. So I was treated in the same manner as was created in the same principle. I was created in the concept of how God looks like. So literally, I am God, and I think the earth and even its problems and the traumas that we have gone through have trained us to just underestimate the power that we have. God is a creator, so we are also creators of, we are just creators. So the thing is, you might have those powers, but the world has lied to you that you don't have them. And by this I mean, this social load, these social beliefs that we're just human beings and we are supposed to live in a certain manner, and we are supposed to be, the church has just defined, and I'm specifically talking about this civilized society that we're living in, specifically civilized society. So the world has trained us, or the system, let me talk of the system. The system has trained us that you cannot live without God. Like, let me explain. Like, you need to go to church so that you experience His blessings. That you need to go to, you need to do some certain things. You need to be religious. You need to be a Christian for you to for everything to make sense. Like, for you to be heard by God, you have to go to the church. No? God lives in us. We are gods, and we serve a higher God that created us. Now, I serve a higher God that created me, and I can do that anytime, anywhere, every time. Now, look at the book of Genesis. Yeah, the book of Genesis. You find that God creates this thing. God creates everything on this earth, and we can see an element of creativity in it. And everyone has creativity. Only that there are people who are more creative in certain fields than others. Yeah, or who are more creative. Okay, you can. Oh my God, my leg. That's a problem. I don't know what I did to it. I think it's how I sit cross-legged. That is what brings issues. And I usually am not. I don't practice. Is it yoga or something? Anyway, that doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, we can see an element of creativity. That means you can create something. And now let's look at when God created man. He breathed life into him. That means we also have the same, I don't want to say the same power, but we have the same abilities. We can create something and give life to it. We create businesses each and every time. We create things and even give life to them. Look at healthcare. Healthcare or hospitals. Okay, what do I say? What else do we create? And that is now, what do we create? Let me use a very good example. Now, when we talk or when we think or when we talk, this is energy that we're putting out. Any thought that comes into your mind, a human mind, and even the words that comes out of his mouth, every time you release that energy, it will always come back to you. That is why this experience that I'm living in is as a result of what was happening 5 years ago. This happens so unconsciously that we never take note of it. But if you are a spiritual person, you realize, wait, now I'm living my thoughts. I'm living what is happening in my mind. I'm living my words. And unconsciously, this happens that we never take note of it. So after realizing this, I think I noted that I have more capabilities. Like an example that I talked about the other day. I wish for life paths 5 to be near me. Look at what happened. I got people who are life paths 5 and are near me. Look at I think there are things that I've desired of late, and they have manifested into my life. Like for real, it has manifested. And I realized, wait, kumbe whatever is happening in my mind, I can manifest it in my physical world. Wow, amazing. So I'm using that to my advantage. Only that of late I've been vibrating in very low frequency. I think I need it. If I've seen an impact, no, if I've seen the impact of what this is capable of, so that means I can achieve my dreams, because I'm vibrating in this energy that before this year ends, I must make my own money, and it's good money that will continue to sustain me for the longest. Yeah, I'm vibrating that. I'm doing whatever is happening in my mind is I'm preparing my mind to that I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to be a father very soon, as I said in the other diaries. I'm going to have a partner, a wife, a good wife. That's what I'm vibrating. Yeah, that is what is happening in the mind, my mind right now. So she continues and explains that there are people in this world who are very successful, yet they do nothing. Like the likes of Elon Musk, that is the example that she gave. Look at him, he doesn't do much. He only just is there to make decisions and, I don't know, to visualize and to create. The other people who are technically able are the ones who do the work for him. And you find that, I don't know if you have noted that there are people who don't do much in life. Like they don't struggle. They just give a little effort, and then they live the best lives, and they don't do anything. On the contrary, I said on the contrary. Say on the contrary, you find that there are people who are doing so much. They are putting so much work, yet the quality of life is not desirable. It ain't bringing any fruit. Any fruit ain't bearing any fruit. That got to tell you. This has got to tell you that really everything that happens in the physical world is a reflection of the spiritual world. Now, much as I can appreciate that Elon Musk doesn't do much work, but certainly I can appreciate that he did most of the work in his in his teenage and even his early 20s. Yeah, his early 20s and teenage years. He did much of the work. So this means that everything that we do, and okay, if Ebu forget about it, Ebu, let me hold it there. What am I trying to say? If you have, okay, my point is, if you want to have a good life, I was just my focus. My attention was taken by this person who was approaching this, but I think he has settled in some trees nearby, in a tree nearby. So yeah. If you want to have a good life, if you want a good physical life, make it, live the life that you want in the thoughts, in your imaginations, and you will see that everything will align to whatever you do. Everything will align to whatever you are wishing for. That means even the slightest thought will provoke the physical world. Anyhow, it just happens. Yeah. So that got to tell you that I am God. I am a supernatural being having a human experience. But this information will not be given freely, or someone, no one will talk about it. Not even your pastor, not even your teacher will talk about it. Not even my teacher. But thank God I've come to realize this. I've come to discover this through people like Julian Rose. That I have unlimited capabilities. I have unlimited creativity, possibilities to do what I want, to create what I want in ways that that are ununderstandable in the eyes of men. And you have got to understand that this thing is very available to you, only that we underestimate. And there are so many things in our lives that have detoured us from our main focus, or even our identity has been forgotten. And I had to realize this, and I had to take a break so that I can recognize. By the way, let me talk about this. When I was in my break, there was something extraordinary that happened. Usually in my YouTube channel, that is Maxify, but then yesterday again I saw a video by Nangami. I don't remember her first name, but she okay, I'm coming back to Nangami to compliment the Julian Rose video. Anyway, sawa. I think I have a lot of things to talk about. I think I get a lot of things when I'm talking about something. So something particularly profound happens when I'm in my silent moment, reflection moment. The one that I said that I'll take a break. I said, I know I have gone through some traumas, very unfortunate things in my life, but I think I must admit that I have gone through, but I have a chance to change, and I take a change. I take the chance, or even to the opportunity to do what is necessary, and I'm aligning everything in my path so that I can realize my purpose. So I said, shall we take this break and deny my stomach what is rightfully what is rightfully its eh? What is rightfully his? Is it his or hers? She's a her because she gives birth to new cells. So what is rightfully hers? What do I say his? Yes, let me say. Okay, I'm trying to avoid the word it. What is rightfully his? For the many days that was offline. I was offline socially, I was offline online. I come back. Remember, I think I recorded this in one of my diaries. I had at that time 605 or 606 subscribers. So coming back after 7 days, oh my god. By there I saw this, I think this opened my eyes. The number had gone up to almost 635 subscribers. That means I had 635 minus 606. 635 minus 605. It's about 25, I'm not sure there, but the number is just around there. And there were so many comments. This is the time that I was with myself. This is the time that I had secluded. I was not in contact with my YouTube channel. That means this happened because I was near, or I was, how do I put this? I was just, when you are spiritually very active, it manifests in your physical world. Oh, what does that mean? If I continue to be spiritually close to my God, or even to myself, and to align to my purpose, things will happen. Things will align in my life in a way that I didn't really expect that, but it has happened. It has happened. So that got to show you that whenever you stay true to yourself and even to your God, everything will align to itself. I was looking for subscribers, yet automatically when I fixed my spiritual life, everything started to be aligned. So the only thing that is left of me is that I need to now vibrate in frequency, and this has to happen each and every time that I think of anything. Positive things have to be happening in my life, and I realized the secret, and I realized that I think I have not been vibrating the same in frequency that is desirable. So right now I'm slowly coming to, because again you cannot do it the same day. You have to pick energy. You have to find the spark to do whatever you are supposed to do, or to vibrate. No, vibrating is not a one-time thing. It's not rocket science. It will just happen once. You have to build the energy once, slowly by slowly, so that everything goes by plan. And there are many things that happen that you are not aware, but I've started to have insights. I think this is happening for a reason. The way I'm discovering that I need to take control of my life. Let me now go back to Nangami's video. She talks about working on oneself. I actually saw that video yesterday evening, before I think it was at Sasita. What do you call Sasita? I think it was at 12 in the midnight, before I slept. It's one of the few videos that I watched before I slept. Before I turned off I switched off the scrolling. I learned one thing, that if you want everything to align in your wish, we have desires. If you want your desires to manifest, or even to come or to manifest in our physical life, you have to fix your physical life. You have to fix your traumas. You have to fix your your fears. You have to fix your, how do I say this? You have to fix yourself. Like, see yourself as in an inside out perspective. That's when you realize that really there's so much that is missing in my life, and I really need to go back to my purpose. Once you align to your purpose, I think everything aligns itself. Everything aligns itself to that thing that you are desiring. And once you settle your fears and traumas, and you start creating new reality, because again you have to deny your body food, so that you go back to factory settings. You have got to work on yourself. So walk inside. By the way, I picked a very good lesson. Walk in silence. Don't announce it to everyone. Just do things. Just don't explain to people what you're supposed to do. Do them, so that they'll be surprised. He has bought a car. How did they do that? I'm not communicating. I'm not saying anything, but I think one lesson that I picked is move with silence. If you know a certain somebody, and they are in a certain class, and they have this, they are in this class, high class, please avoid talking most of the time. And I realized this when I was posting in my Facebook. I think I am exposing too much of myself, that I really need to control what I'm saying on the social medias. And I think that's why this urge of not writing every day disappeared all of a sudden, because I'm announcing everything that I'm saying. But it's a lesson at a time. I've got to learn how to move in silence. It's something that I know what I think when I talk. I think I talk things that I know they want to affect my life in a way. Even if you feel, how do I say this? If you feel jealous or even anything about that, I'll I think I know what to say and what not to say in the social media, because really I'm in control of my life right now. At least I'm aware of myself, and that is what I'm grateful for to my God. At least I realize myself, and I am aligning to my purpose. So yeah, I think I really I needed to talk about that I am God and I have the abilities of God, because I was created in His own image. That means I can do things. I can be creative. I can think of things, create things, and put life into them. Wow, these lessons that I'm picking, they are very important. They are actually very crucial, and it's now time to take advantage of them, because I have the abilities and I've been given that opportunity to experience them. No, this didn't happen by chance. Me realizing that I have supernatural abilities. Other people don't, but I do. That means this thing was meant for me. And sometimes you just feel that you're not enough, but this is where God comes in to strengthen me. Yeah. Sometimes you just feel overwhelmed or inadequate, but something that really I know it is sorted. It is sorted. Anyway, I think yeah, I think there's not so much that I want to talk about. Um, yeah, I think I will stop just there. But I take time with myself. I think I love this time when I'm just with myself and experiencing myself. Whether she talked about meditation, pray, fast, do things that will make sure that your spiritual life is healthy and aligns to your purpose. Anyway, I don't have much to talk about because I really do not know how to. Okay, let me not say that. I have the abilities. My Christ is in me is risen. I now fulfill my destiny. And whatever I need to know shall be revealed to me under grace of God. I need to vibrate in some energy now. I need to vibrate in some energy because I'm slowly noticing that there's that zeal that is lacking. It is lacking. Remember, if it can be shaken, it can be moved. This is, I don't know how to mention my name. My name is Maxim Felix, and I'm a child of God, and I enjoy the grace and the love He provides for me. If it can be shaken, it can be moved. Adios.